I'm really proud of the facilitative, psychologically safe leader I'm becoming, but I don't like how people experience me when I'm having a bad day. It's just hard for me to control my emotions when I'm having a bad day. What the simple tip really is, look in the mirror. I've chatted a lot lately about very simple steps you can take to address mental health in the workplace immediately. Things that you can do today to become a more psychologically safe, facilitative, effective leader, improve organizational performance, employee wellness, etc. Of all the videos that we put out here at Simple Mental Health, here's one that I sincerely hope you take to heart and think deeply about. It's a simple concept, but it's gonna perhaps push you to think in a way that you haven't thought before. It's gonna push you to perhaps break some stigmas and myths in your mind about mental health in the workplace. And what the simple tip really is this. It's just one phrase. It's what you gotta do and think about it. It's this. Look in the mirror. That's all. Just look in the mirror. Remember, 20% of all people in America experience every year what a behavioral health clinician would diagnose as a mental illness. And it's a different 20% every year. So, I'm not an expert statistician, but every 5 or 6 years, that means almost all of us have an opportunity to experience what a behavioral health clinician, again, would diagnose as mental illness. And so, with that as a context, I have a brief story to share with you. For the first 15 years of my career as a healthcare and executive, I led IT divisions, was a CFO of a hospital, handful of other roles over the years. I wrote my individual development plan every year, and I would write my self-evaluation at the end of the year for my performance evaluation. I'm really proud of the facilitative, psychologically safe leader I'm becoming, but I don't like how people experience me when I'm having a bad day. It's just hard for me to control my emotions when I'm having a bad day. And I wrote that in my self-evaluation every year. In my IDP, I worked on it. I worked with physicians, nurses, executives in healthcare. People gave me books to read. People gave me business books to read. They gave me some facilitative ideas, but nothing helped. Every year, I kept writing. Here's what it felt like, and I didn't know it, is I would be in a meeting and maybe my heart would start beating and I couldn't control it. Or I would get angry and I didn't know why I'd be angry. Or I wouldn't listen. Or I would be too calm and not listen. Or I would be sad and afraid that I wouldn't be able to get my work done. And then I found out that what I really was going on underneath all of this, it had nothing to do with work. I found out that I'd been suffering from 15 years of undiagnosed depression, anxiety, and trauma because earlier in life I had found my father's suicide. I got a little bit of help, but not enough. I just went on and lived my life. And so what was going on inside of me at work had nothing to do with work. There was no business book or manual that was going to help me out of it. What helped me was that a gracious colleague at work encouraged me to seek some therapy help. After 7 years of antidepressants, cognitive therapy, trauma therapy, a lot of hot yoga, I ski a lot and golf a lot, parent a lot, I work a lot. What I found was that the absolute, perhaps best executive coaching I ever got was seeing a therapist to address my root cause of my problem. Was that I needed help. I was suffering and drowning and didn't know it with an illness that is so treatable. Conventional therapies for folks with mental illness work more than 90% of the time. You know, when you think about yourself and your leadership, do you see any of that in yourself? If you do, seriously consider maybe you're just the same as one out of every 5 of us. Seriously consider, maybe think that managers and leaders aren't immune from science and math either. If 20% of all Americans are suffering from mental illness every year, that means leaders are too. So think about it. Maybe the executive and leadership coaching that you really need is to go see EAP, go talk with a therapist. Look, really appreciate your comments and your thoughts on this, and please like and share what you see. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube and other areas on social media. I hope this helped you. Have a great day.